How's it going, guys? I am Connor from Running Warehouse, and we're back at it with episode 4 of the Running Warehouse Connection, our new weekly show where we bring the running community together to talk about anything and everything running related. This week's guest really doesn't need an introduction. You've seen him here on our channel before. He's unofficially the #1 ranked shoe reviewer in the game, and he's my good friend. We got Jamison Michael. Jamie, how we doing?
Man, listen, it is great to be back. You look great, Connor. I'm glad to be here. It's an honor to be in front of the GOAT.
Hey, I appreciate it from the man who coined me as the GOAT. It's an honor. We've seen a lot of posts of you recently, and I was worried because there was pictures of you going out, I don't know where, the wilderness, out in the wild. I was worried you weren't going to come back. What's the deal? Are you in Austin? Where are you?
Connor, listen. Now, when I heard about the coronavirus, I don't like playing games. I don't like risk. I'm a low-risk type of guy. So when they said it was everywhere and happening, I was like, I'm out. They said social distance. Well, I distance myself from the social life, the world. So I went kind of in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. It was to my tent, to my bag of Asics, and I was like, I'm good. A tent, bag of gels. I was gone for about the whole day. But then I realized that I needed food and resources, so I ended up coming back. So right now I'm home in Austin.
Okay, so you're back in Austin.
I'm back in Austin.
You're running around. I see you following Meg on a bike, and you can't even keep up. How's the training going? You're looking like you might be slacking a little bit.
Facts. So Megan's still training hard. Every day she's gonna put in the work. She's putting the fast speed work, long runs, and she's a runner. I'm what you consider an elite jogger. So sometimes we got to meet halfway. It's like a handicap. It's like playing the game on easy with the sliders off. So sometimes I might use my bike and kind of bike beside her, and see how it's going with her. But then when she's done, the real training kicks in. So I get my elite jogging every once in a while for my 1, 2, sometimes 3 miles at a time. Make sure I'm 6 feet away from everybody. Because sometimes people like to cut in my lane and stay out my lane. So it's all good. Having some issues, though, because it's I'm a track guy. I love track. So when they shut down the track, I was like, what are we going to do? What's the options here? I don't want to be a marathon. I don't want to be on the roads and for years and days. I don't got time for that, Connor. I don't have time for it. So when track was gone, I'm like, well, guess we're going long distance on the road. So that's kind of what it is right now. So biking, a little bit of road running, and a whole lot of jogging.
Okay. And I see you're back on the trails that I ran on when I was in Austin for TRE. Those trails are still open. What are you limited at all by where you can run, or what's the deal in Austin right now?
Man, listen, we're so limited that they try to hold us back. So at first, they cut down the whole usage of the trail. They said, do not get on the trail. You can't get on it. We don't want you here. I said, all right, cool. That's fine. Then a few days later, I saw a sign that says, you can get on it, but just not this weekend. So we waited till Monday. Monday, we get on. I'm running with Megan. We're going, for her warm-up, my workout, call it what you want. And then we're passing everybody kind of crossing. But we're the only ones going this way. And then I realized that the new rule for the trail, for safe distancing is we all run clockwise. So I was like, oh, know what? U-turn. So we went that way. So as of right now, you can go one way on that trail clockwise. So there's no out and backs. If you commit a 3-mile, 4-mile run, you're going to do the whole loop because ain't no turning back.
Yeah. All right. So Meg she's probably going to do some longer workouts now because you got to do the full loop. Are we going to start seeing more workout videos? What's the future for the Jami Reviews channel? What are we going to start seeing content-wise?
The future of the channel. Definitely more workouts. I mean, I actually enjoy workout videos and just being there and kind of seeing behind the scenes because we all know a shoe review. It's cool. You're running on the shoe review, but how are you using the shoe in real life, in a real actual instance? Megan has so many shoes and she works out and she has certain shoes she uses for certain reasons. But I think if people see it, they go, oh, that shoe could work for that kind of workout. And it kind of have an idea how to use the shoe. Because so many times people just like, is that shoe good? Yes. Well, good for what? She can show you through the workouts. I can show you my workouts. But, that's kind of in the making. Other than that, just more storytelling content. As some of you guys might know, I was working on a documentary, kind of following Megan's journey to the Olympic trials and all that nonsense. And I say nonsense because, of course, the coronavirus, it got us. Shut every meet down, all the travel plans we had. So we're kind of on like a standstill. So we're like, well, since we already have videos of you running and workouts, we're going to just kind of break it up in pieces and do workout videos and just more content concerning her. So at this point, it's the Jami and Megan channel.
Nice. I don't think that's a bad thing. People like seeing Jami. People like seeing Megan. Why not bring you two together? So
facts. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't get you because you're too far away, but she's the next best thing.
Hey, maybe one day we'll get the Jami Connor reunite.
Yes.
Well, I like to hear where the future's going, workouts, seeing where the shoes are going to be used for. I think that's a critical part of the whole story that's missed a lot of the times. Now, there's so many great shoes out there right now. Everyone wants to know, what are Jami's opinions? What are the best shoes? What should people be excited for right now and moving into the next year in the running shoe world?
What are the best shoes? Now, there's two ways to answer this question, Connor. I can answer for my heart or just for the people in general. So for the general public, I think every brand has stuff coming up that's going to be fire. I went to New Balance and I went to the HQ there about maybe a month ago and I saw way too much stuff that I probably shouldn't have saw, and now I'm like amped for it. And I can't say too much, NDA, but it's going to be some good stuff coming in 2021 and towards the end of 2020 for sure. The Saucony stuff. I mean, that stuff's been out, kind of floating around the internet. The speeds. I see you got the pros in the background. Likewise.
Endorphin Pro gang.
Endorphin Pro. So yeah, we gotta have a good stuff like that. I think just speed shoes right now. The fast, lightweight shoes is what's popping right now. So every brand's coming out with their version of what that's going to be like. So yeah, it's a good time to be in the running game as far as shoes. But if you ask my personal favorite, like my personal thing, like of course, I gotta go with the Asics. All the Asics. I got a whole rack in my other room over there, so I like what they're doing. My can I say this online? Am I allowed to say it, Connor?
Go for it, Jami. I'm not gonna censor you.
Thank you. My goal for the last 3 or so years has been to make Asics great again. Now, people say things like, what do you mean? Well, we all kind of know. Asics kind of fell behind. They were like #1 in the game, and they kind of fell behind. Things are kind of changing. The landscape of the field is kind of just moving around. But I have faith in Asics. Those are shoes that I wore back in the day, my prime. When young Jami was jogging a little bit faster than he was nowadays, it was all about the Asics. So for me, it's just like I want to see the comeback. I love the comeback story. And from what I'm seeing 2020 and going into next year, because you know what I know. You know what's coming. It's happening. And Asics got a whole lot of stuff coming up. And I think the first big shoe, man, listen. The Meta Racer coming soon, like maybe this summer.
We're hoping it's looking like late June. That's the last I've heard. We're gonna have to kind of play it day by day, but I think the people are gonna be surprised. Like you said, Asics is really coming out with really every silo. The Nova Blast, as you said, is a really fun, responsive
Nova
daily
Blast,
trainer.
Yes.
You got the Meta Racer on the speed side, and then with a lot of what we've seen with foams and compounds, the next year is gonna be pretty killer for Asics. So I'm excited.
Yes, I mean across the board for every brand. I can't think of any brand that's just like doesn't have something I'm looking forward towards. Of course, you got the Nike stuff, New Balance and Saucony. It's just so much right now. It's much to review. Yeah. So it's gonna be a fun time towards the end of this year.
Yeah. Now you talked about Meta Racer. We've talked a little about Endorphin Pro. But like you said, every brand has their own shoe. New Balance has the Fuel Cell TC and then the RC Elite coming down the road. Hoka has they've had some carbon fiber plate shoes, and now it looks like they debuted one at the Olympic trials. So that should be coming. You've got the Nike Vaporfly, and then, of course, the Alphafly coming. And then you got Adidas Adizero Pro. There's literally so many good shoes to wrap your mind around.
I can't keep up. I can't keep up. There's too many fire carbon plate shoes coming out. The Speed Elite, some Skech. Come on now. It's so much right now. I think every brand has something coming up, if not already out. Hoka has 3 carbon plate shoes that's kind of on the market, essentially. The Rocket X, Carbon X, all of them. It's so many. I'm trying to look down at my shoe pile and just see what brand doesn't have one.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see the Adizero Pro. That's one that I've seen, but I haven't put in my foot, and I just want to feel it.
Yeah, so we just released some Adizero Pro content, and we got a little sneak preview of what's to come. I think it's going to be a good shoe just because the Adios was always a favorite of people, and now we're kind of taking aspects of that, putting that carbon fiber plate, mixing around with Boost and Light Strike. Personally, I'd like to see Adidas start to move into the kind of a next-gen compound, but this is only version 1. I'm sure there's a lot more to come in the next year, but even with what I've seen so far, I'm pretty excited for that one as well.
Yes. Do you have a favorite so far that you try? You're just this is the one.
It's tough because, like you said, there are so many good shoes. So I think it really comes down to the day. The Vaporfly, I've been running that since version 1, and that's obviously going to be a favorite the next percent. And I got a preview of the Alphafly. I ran down the hall in it, and that's also another just phenomenal shoe. It's a little difficult to say it's the better shoe because I think it's just a little bit different. It's got a little more stack than the next percent. So to me, it felt a little more efficient. It felt a little more responsive, a little more bouncy. But then at the same time, it's a little heavier because of that extra stack. So I think to say it's better than the next percent, I don't know if that's going to – I think it's going to come down to the race and the runner's preferences, but the Alphafly is going to be money. Endorphin Pro, this shoe is so good, and it's so durable. That's where I think this shoe is going to shine. You've got that PIBA, but it's beaded. People like to say, oh, is that just a Boost copycat? No, it's not. This is taking some of the elements that we've seen in Zoom X, but Saucony, they put their own tweaks on it. This shoe right here is fire too. Now, Jami, that's kind of some of my thoughts, but I'm going to throw it back at you. I know you've been testing a lot of these shoes. What's your favorite? Obviously, Meta Racer is going to be up there. What other shoes are you liking?
Yeah, it's like you said, each one's a little different. So even though they're all essentially carbon plate type shoes, like the Speed Elites from Skechers, I love it for just fast work, just under 10K. I think it's money. It just feels fast. Maybe for the longer distances, for a guy like me, I'm not quite elite to go that long with that kind of firmness, but it feels great for that. I think the Meta Racer for me kind of builds that 10K to half marathon for me at that sweet spot. So my favorite for that range. But then I think for longer distances than that, I think I might have to go with the Endorphin Pro.
Yeah.
It's just enough softness. It's efficient. It just feels good. It has a good fit to it also.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If you ask me again next week, my whole answers may change. So every time I try one, I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good for that. And it's a constant thing.
Yeah.
A good thing.
It's a good thing. I've got my locker of shoes, and it's hard come workout day to pick the shoe because there's just so many good options. So I find myself,
How many shoes do you own?
Oh, Jami.
Yeah, we want to know.
Don't put me on blast right now.
People want to know. I want to know.
I'm probably currently, I'm looking at, because I had to put some in storage because there's just not enough room to keep them in the house. But we're looking at probably about 80 pairs of shoes right now. So, I downsized a little bit.
80 pair? Connor. Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT has spoken. 80 pairs.
The people, when they ask me questions about shoes, I gotta have them right there on deck, ready to go. So, Yeah, I'm looking to downsize a little bit, but what's your number looking like? I know you like to each quarter, each year kind of just have your favorites. What are you looking at right now? What's the count?
I would say as of right now, I'm probably around 20 pairs.
Okay, that's respectable.
And that's like like you said, about every quarter, I'll just downsize. I go to my local Goodwills, high schoolers, even some people who just watch me review shoes. Like, also a big, homeless community. Some guys will watch me review stuff and they'll be like, "Can I have some shoes?" And I'm like, "Sure." I don't need 20 pairs of these shoes. So sometimes it's hard because I like so many shoes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, if I like it, it means someone else might like it too. So let's give those away. Not just give the ones I don't like or care about. So sometimes it hurts, but I don't need that many shoes. I only got 2 feet.
Yeah.
And if I was running 200 miles a week, maybe, but I'm not quite there yet. But I would say about 20 pair, and it kind of fluctuates a little bit.
Okay.
Right now, it's like half more carbon plate shoes, and the other half are just all out of gel.
Yeah, I mean, those are two of the most important things for a runner to have in their arsenal: carbon plate shoes and gel. You hear from Jami. That's really, you can't go wrong with anything else. I mean, there's so many good options right now, and I'm going to bring it back to the Speed Elite because we talked about the Speed Elite. That's also been a personal favorite of mine. I've said it several times, but this past cross country season, pretty much every workout, I was bringing the Speed Elite out because I loved it so much. You put out a video on the Speed Elite really early. There was some issues with the Speed Elite where it was supposed to come out back in 2019 because it was in our 2019 Best Shoes video. And unfortunately, it got delayed. It got delayed again. And eventually it came out and people were able to look past the delays because it's such an awesome shoe. But Speed Elite, where are you finding that in your lineup? Are you liking it for certain days more than others? And then what do you think that shoe can improve on to make it the perfect shoe for Jami?
All right. Skechers, are you listening? Kurt, shout out to Kurt. The Speed Elite, for that runner who doesn't want all that compression and squish, the Speed Elite is top notch. The Hyperburst foam is light. The plate works like great with a midfoot, forefoot strike. For me personally, under 10K. And not because the shoe can't go more than that. It's just I'm not in the fitness level to like handle it past that. It's that fast. My first few times trying it, I remember I do a route from my house and just go down the street, maybe like a 3-mile route. And usually I'll run maybe 8-minute pace on it, just kind of chilling. Now I'll build back up and kind of go down to the 7s. Like I started off at 7:45, not even trying. With that same effort, it just felt, I'm like, why am I going so fast? And you can't help it. The shoe forces you to go fast. Like you want to jog and it's like, nah, not today. So yeah, I mean, the Speed Elite to me is just definitely my favorite ones. Definitely, like I said, 10K and under. I think what can they improve on? That's the real question. For me, it's just a fit. Like just a little more space in the toe box. Some say it's snug. If you have a fairly narrow foot, you may not even notice it. It does break in after a while, but just a little more of toe space. Yeah. The midfoot's perfect. The heel's nice, light, minimal. You fix the toe space. The shoe's always super light. Like I said, I'm not sure what else you can improve upon that. I would say maybe add a pull tab. I think that would help just kind of that final cherry on top. And, maybe a little bit of the zebra flash, a little bit of some zebra stripes on them shoes because people love the Skechers zebra thing. And come on, Skechers. Now, when those shoes came out, the prototypes with the zebra flash, everyone was like, fire, I'll buy them. Skechers, come on now. Give the people what they want. We want the zebra flash. Please. Just make it happen. So hopefully later in the year, we might get something relatively close to that. Hopefully. Yeah. I don't know. but maybe.
You didn't hear it from Jami, but if Zebraflage happens to come later in the year, people can come back to this video and be like, Jami knew it. So
I'm just speculating.
Yeah, there's nothing's been confirmed, but yeah, I agree. The Zebraflage is fire. I've got a couple sitting in my locker, and those are favorites of mine. And
a couple, what a couple from the 80. Nice.
Well, when we talk about what Skechers has to come, I don't know how much you've seen, but I've been talking with Kurt, and we've got some crazy ideas. So I can't get too in depth, but if you're a racer, if you're someone who's on the track a lot, on the roads racing a lot, I've really been sharing some opinions on how we can get creative to get really niche in certain events. So if you're a racer, I think 2020, 2021 is going to be a good time, if you haven't tried Skechers, to give them a shot, because the product's there and it's going to continue to come. So, yeah.
All right. So as far as crazy ideas from Skechers,
yeah,
like, you think they would be cool to do more stuff in track and field or road running? I'm thinking I'm seeing from Nike, you have the Zoom X spikes. Will we see Hyperburst spikes from Skechers?
Nothing's been confirmed yet, but I've been testing some things in that vein, and looking at very niche events. So when we look at Nike, and they've got their new Dragonfly and a lot of these new spikes that all are hitting different events, that's the goal, is to have the best product for an event. At the end of the day, when we say best running shoe, you can't have a best running shoe that's going to be the best at everything. So nailing each and every little niche is going to be how you get the best product. So Skechers is definitely on the right path to greatness.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's so many different things I would want to see. I want to see more options in the carbon plate, like a softer version of the Speed Elite. Something, if there's too firm, here you go. Here's a softer option. Maybe the Speed Elite 2 one day. We'll see just a variation of that. A razor with different uppers, or a razor with, I don't know. They can so much you can do with those kind of shoes.
Yeah.
As long as it has zebra stripes in it, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
There's so many potential with Skechers. This is why it's so exciting for me to see what they're doing, because they don't care. They'll do anything. Yeah. Who would do that? They will. I love it.
That is very true. Very true. Well, we also recently just saw some videos circulating. Jami, where is he at? New Balance HQ. Now, I was just there recently, and I see this video, Jami, and you're there during the coronavirus outbreak, and I see all the comments. Jami, what you doing? There's a virus around. And I'm gonna just set it straight right now. Jami was not there during the coronavirus. A lot of these videos get done in advance. So just for people freaking out, I'm just gonna set it straight. But for you, what was that whole experience like? I mean, I was there. It's a fantastic facility. What did you think? What cool stuff can you actually talk about from that trip?
Well, I think the main thing that I thought was just cool was the people. Everyone there comes from a different background, but they all have the same goal of just loving running and just doing crazy stuff. There's some concepts they're this will never make the market, but we'll make it anyway to see how cool it is. Just so much goes into making shoes. So it's just a line of the idea on paper to picking the materials, and they have a room with thousands of materials, and each one's a little bit different than the other, and one has weight 0.1 ounce. It's just crazy when you think about how much goes into a shoe. So just seeing that process and just seeing the people who make those decisions, it's oh, you're the guy who made the Field Cell Rebel. Thank you so much. And they're showing me some things that obviously we can't talk about, but in my video that I interviewed them, I did ask them. I said, will there be a Rebel 2? And I was 2021, 2022, just let me know if it's going to happen, not when. They're most likely it'll happen. The stuff they have coming up, it's remarkable.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what's light now, it's gonna be just lighter next year, essentially.
yeah, the shoes just keep getting lighter and lighter each year, and you wonder how light can these shoes get. But when we talk about Rebel, me and you, we tried on the Rebel when you were out here in Slow. We did a review. That shoe, I'm not going to give you all the credit, but I think a lot of that shoe blowing up was from you. I mean, you gave that shoe the praise it deserved, and after that review video came out, I kept seeing people wearing the Rebel, and that shoe is an amazing shoe. It's so good right now. I don't know. I really don't know how much they can do to make it better. What would you like to see in version 2 if that comes out?
Based off what I'm just speculating, because we don't know.
Nothing is confirmed.
Nothing's confirmed. But hypothetically, if I would have seen something, I would hope that it'd be like something lighter. Some people might have a little issue with the flaring out of like the lateral side. Some people say it's just too much. So maybe just tone that down a little bit just for the sake of visuals, aesthetics. Sometimes that makes a difference. Just maybe modify the upper. I love the way it looks. I have like 2 pair already. I think I have. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
The shoes is great. I like the feel in this one. It's a fun shoe. There's a very few shoes that I feel that are just fun. The Rebel was like a fun shoe. Like even when I was like, I'm gonna run for a day. I'm gonna run today, see how it feels. I put this one on, I'm like, you know what? I feel like running. It feels fast. It's like a snug fit, and it looks fire.
Yeah.
So maybe make a Feel Seal 2.0, like the next generation of it. A lighter. Maybe they can tweak it a little bit. But, I mean, it's not much you would fix with that shoe. It does the job. It does what it says it's going to do, which is almost everything.
Yeah.
So it's like if shoes like the Beacon, it's like not responsive enough. This kind of combines just that next level of response.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I've used it up to, I think, 11 miles.
Yeah.
And I've used it, for my faster tempo runs of like 2-3 miles. So for me, it works.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the Beacon because that shoe, when we first brought the Beacon V1 into Running Warehouse, we thought that there was something there, but we weren't sure. It's always hit or miss of shoes, especially more niche shoes are going to blow up. The Beacon did amazing, and now it's kind of grown. We have V2, and now V3 is coming out. How excited are you for Beacon V3? Beacon V3 is coming out, and it hasn't been confirmed yet, but we're looking at around July.
Oh. July. Well, I hope that I'll be able to try the shoe by then. But Beacon is definitely a fan favorite. Like I think that was also a shoe that like you and I reviewed like early on.
Yep.
Like when we first did the whole Running Warehouse Jami collaborations. Like that was. Hold on. Side note, brands, if you need a shoe to be like fire, just have me kind of review it together and it's gonna like blow up, essentially. So that's how it works.
If brands are listening or if anyone's listening, just slide in the DMs. And Jami, if you can move a little, there it is. And if you haven't started following Jami, what are you doing? Get on it.
Come on, man, listen, all kinds of nonsense. Now, Connor, as far as the Beacon 3, I'm very excited about it. Hopefully it comes out soon. Hopefully it's good. I'm expecting like more of the same, but just a little refined. Like maybe a little lighter, maybe just a more secure fit. Like, I don't know, like the Beacon 2 to me, like, was like almost perfect. Like if you could have just, I don't know, maybe a different upper, maybe something like this. Maybe
Jami.
What?
Where'd that come from?
What do you mean? Anyway, Beacon 3 is gonna be fire, hopefully. But once I get it in my hands and try to for a few more miles, I'll review it and I'll let the people know. But so far, I'm thinking it's gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beacons is like that shoe that just took off. there's a few shoes within the realm of, like that lightweight category. I just did a video where I was talking about my favorite 3 lightweight shoes, and it was the Beacon from New Balance, the Rincon from Hoka, and then the Kinvara from Saucony. And those shoes are just hit the mark of just being lightweight, versatile shoes.
Yeah.
For me, the Beacon's like probably one of my favorites. It just depends on the day and when you ask me.
Yeah. Those 3 shoes are kind of a staple for the person looking for something lightweight, versatile. Really, the only disadvantage to a shoe like that is going to come down to durability. They're not going to be quite as durable as some of the other shoes. I know a lot of people freak out when some of these shoes, after about 100 miles, you might see some aesthetic scraping on the outsoles, and people will say, oh, this shoe's junk. And it's like, look, these shoes are ultra lightweight. They have exposed midsoles, and there are going to be some trade-offs, but a lot of the times those aesthetic little marks you see, they're not going to play a big difference. And at the end of the day, you're getting this ultra lightweight shoe that feels so good. And, sometimes you just got to have trade-offs. You can't always have the lightest shoe that's the most durable shoe, that's the fastest shoe. You got to make trade-offs in certain places.
Connor, can you say that again one more time for the people in the back who don't understand that? Guys, it's trade-offs. If you want a shoe to last 1,000 miles, it's going to have rubber this thick, a really firm, thick midsole, like 4 layers of engineered mesh that won't be breathable. So you're going to lose a lot of things. You want to go all the way to the extremes. It's balanced. And a lot of times, like you said, it's aesthetics. Like the Hoka Rincon, the perfect example. The shoe can last just as long as any other lightweight shoe, but it's going to get scraped up. But I don't know, like when I run, go for my jogs, all I know is that I'm running, I'm looking up. I'm not looking at the bottom of my shoe constantly. Like, I don't know. Maybe if it was your Yeezys or something, then possibly I get it. You'll make sure they're nice and pristine.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. They're running shoes. They're good. They go out after a few hundred miles, and then you get a new color from runningwarehouse.com.
Oh.
Links down below.
Stop it, Jami. Stop it.
Man, listen.
Well, you're doing a lot of workout videos recently, but the reviews haven't ended. We're still seeing reviews. Are we going to see any more reviews? Is there any that you can talk about, or maybe some reviews that you've done recently that you were shocked by? You were like, that shoe was a lot better than I thought.
Let's see. Well, of course we're doing reviews, and with this whole situation, some may be seeing more of different types of reviews. So I'm doing more, sit down reviews, more. I just did one with the Wild Horse and Kiger where I was outside on the trail. I've had some from Mary Beth where she reviews the shoe and she'll send me the footage and we edit from that way. So just a variety of people, more shoes happening. As far as shoes that I review that I'm like, that's kind of fire. I like stuff from Reebok. Float Rise stuff's been pretty good. We have some upcoming stuff from them. Of course, Nike. We got everyone knows about the Nike Pegasus, so that's obviously an upcoming review. We'll see how good it is when we get it.
Yeah. I personally, I've got a pair of Peg 37s coming my way. I'm excited to try it out as well. I think the Peg was a little weird because a lot of photos started circulating on the internet of, oh, this is the new Pegasus 37, and they were the incorrect images. So I think a lot of people were kind of saying, oh, the Pegasus is going in the wrong direction, or some people liked it. But I think that was one shoe that I saw recently where I'm like, guys, you got to remember that these proto pages that are putting stuff up, they sometimes don't have the full story behind some of these shoes. So
it's prototypes, it's concepts. And when you see the development of a shoe from start to finish, that picture you see would change 45, 50 times before it hits actual wearable form.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's just how it works. So yeah, concepts are great. That's cool. But we're in that era where the internet's there's so much information out there that we start just throwing it at each other and not knowing what it is, what's real, what's a rumor, what's that. That's why I kind of stay away from the rumor stuff on my Instagram and YouTube channel. obviously you're kind of an insider. You know, I know people. We see things, but it's like I don't like to like say things is what it is because then people get all upset. You told me it's gonna have this outsole, it's gonna have this, or weigh this much, or it was 0.4 off. No, it's fun. It's fun to be part of it, but you know, I kind of like watch it from the outside and just saying, "Oh, cool." Like I know what it looks like. You know, I actually have friends in Austin who run prototypes for Nike.
Yeah.
So like I saw the 37s concepts like 4 times since like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I literally seen it change.
Yeah.
So when I see like prototypes and like sometimes they're just bogus, I'm like, oh, really? Cool. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, but yeah, it's all fun. Every brand has stuff kind of out there. And, you know, hopefully, it's, you know, I don't even know what's going to happen with this whole like future of prototypes. It's like, it's going to force brands to like change release dates and stuff. Like, I know brands want to control their content and what their products are, and people are exposing it and stuff. So sometimes I wonder if like the brands look at it and go like, "Oh, all right, they're not liking that look, so let's change it entirely." Or do they troll us? Does Nike put stuff out just as like feeders and see how we react to it? No pun intended. And then like change it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know,
Conspiracies.
yeah. You know, it's crazy. Now, when we talk about protos, do you get feeded any protos in advance? Are you testing at all for any companies in kind of the early stages of these shoes? Because I think a lot of people see shoes and, you know, we got these Endorphin Pros a little early. We got prototypes. And I think people wonder, they're like, well, if he's got the shoes, why aren't they releasing it to the public? The shoes are ready. And that's the thing. A lot of times these prototypes, they go through so many rounds, and it takes it's a long process before you get all the shoes ready for the mass market and then produced. I mean, these things don't just get produced overnight.
Yeah, it's a process. I
Yeah.
mean, I've done stuff for Skechers where I have prototypes. You know, Saucony, you know, just, and I don't necessarily like try to be a wear tester, but some brands will reach out and say, "Hey, Jami, do you want to like try this and see what you think about it?" That way, when I actually do review it, it's like we fix some of the issues. Something as small as a fitting issue. Like I know with Skechers Speed Elite, I complained about it being a little too tight, and they did add a little more width to the shoe, the production model. So it was a little bit more, I thought, okay, cool.
Can you repeat that from, I know with the Skechers Speed Elite, your internet went off.
Oh, snap, I got the bad internet.
Yeah. No, you're good now.
All right.
I know with the Skechers Speed Elite.
Yeah, so I know with the Skechers Speed Elite, they changed a few things based off the model that I first had. I thought the upper was a little tight, and in the production model, they actually added a couple of millimeters of space. So, you know, that's the goal, is to kind of put feeders out there, see what people are thinking about it or saying about it, and then when they produce it for the people, it's ready to go. You don't want any faulty, unfinished products, you know.
That's a good point. And I know with the Speed Elite, really the shoe that we got was almost like the version 2 of the Speed Elite, because the first prototype version that I got was a little bit different. But I gave some feedback because we really, at the end of the day, we wanted to make sure the shoe performed well, felt good, and most importantly was going to last, because no one wants a shoe that, you know, is breaking down 30, 40, 50 miles in. People, if they're going to spend $180 on a shoe, they want a quality shoe. So I was really surprised that even with some of the feedback I gave Skechers, how quickly they were able to implement it and then get that Speed Elite available to people back in early 2020. So, well, Jami, I am extremely excited for the new Skechers shoes coming out. It's, you know, there's so much awesome product coming that, you know, people are just going to have to wait and see, because I literally can't wrap my head around how many good shoes are coming down the road from Skechers, and really every brand, like we said. But what I'm more excited about is I heard we have a special guest in the house. Is that true?
Well, technically it's an apartment, but yes, we do. You know, you guys seen her on my Instagram. You've seen her on my video. She's been holding it down during this, you know, situation. but reviews and all that nonsense. But here we have Wag Runs, aka Swaggy Waggy, aka Megan. Come on in.
Megan, how's it
Hello.
going?
Good. How are you?
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
We met briefly at TRE, but it's great to sit down and talk to what some people might call the GOAT. I know Jami calls me the GOAT, but you're the true GOAT.
I guess there could be lots of goats.
Yeah.
A whole herd of goats.
Well, how are things going? I've seen a lot of your workout videos recently. You look like the virus really hasn't halted your training at all. You look like you're in phenomenal shape. What's going on?
Well, just trying to stay positive. The tracks have been closed and then opened and then closed. So, trying to get some of that sprint work is a little bit more difficult for me right now since they're closed at the moment. So just kind of switching up the training. It's a little hard to, train without having any race in sight. That's probably the hardest thing and the biggest thing that, is really affecting me. And, just the little things like, oh, okay, we have to go one way on the trail. Okay, how am I going to set my workout in so I don't end up, 5 miles away from where my car is and then have to get back, So it's been an adventure, but it's just fun to stay positive.
Yeah. And I bet that's a big issue for you as well on the trails because you're constantly passing people. No one can keep up with you. So you're just zigzagging through everyone. And well, good. I think we talked with Jami about shoes and, people, they like to hear Jami's opinions on shoes. But at the end of the day, I think people more care about what are Megan's opinions on what are the hype shoes right now? What have you been wearing for your workouts, your daily training? What's the shoe arsenal looking like?
Well, I got a lot of shoes that I like. I kind of tend to lean towards like the more minimal cushion, lighter weight kind of shoes. I know that's kind of not what the trend is right now. The trend is high cushion, but that's just not really my preference. I really like the New Balance Tempo. I like the Saucony Kinvara, New Balance Beacon, just some of those lightweight, not too cushiony, but still have a little bit to, help you along the way. The Nike Pegasus Tempo, those are all really good shoes that I like.
I heard you say Pegasus Tempo.
Oh,
You're
Turbo.
giving people a sneak peek at what's to come. But I think we understood. It was the Peg Turbo, but
yeah.
I think we're also, if you haven't heard already, there were talks about a new Tempo, which should be exciting.
All
now,
right.
You also said the New Balance Tempo.
Yes.
Now, that's a little controversial right now because I know a lot of people loved their Zante. It switched to the Tempo.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that update? I mean, it is a little bit different, but sounds like you're enjoying it.
I am. I never ran in the original one, in the Zante. I had the Vazi, which I really love the Vazi, and I feel like the Tempo is a similar fit to it. I like that it is lightweight. It hugs my arch. I just have a good fit overall. So, it's a good shoe. I can't compare it to what it was before because I didn't have it. But if one just buying it for the first time, I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Nice. Now, we were also talking about carbon fiber plate shoes. I know you've been testing some. What's your go-to right now? It sounds like you like lower to the ground shoes. So Meta Racer, I'm sure you're liking.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've tried the Addy Zero Pro, but that's another little bit lower to the ground. What are your thoughts on carbon plate shoes?
Well, like you said, I like, the Asics, and that's just because it's the Meta Racer. It's lightweight. I have enjoyed experimenting with the carbon plate shoes, just because they're very different. They're lots of squish to them, but then are bouncy, and it's like, okay, this is different. They feel great on roads. I don't really like running on them on the gravel trails. I think it's just you lose that responsiveness that they are designed to have. And it's just my foot. I feel like my foot has to work a little bit more in those type of shoes, just because of what it has to work to keep the stabilization and the kind of the squish in that. So the Meta Racer is definitely one that kind of incorporates like both worlds, where it has that carbon plate, has the spring that the carbon plate provides, but I don't feel like it's making my foot work too much to compensate with all the extra squish.
Yeah. I mean, it goes to show that each carbon fiber plate shoe is going to offer its own unique feel, and people are going to have to test them out because there's no perfect shoe for everyone. And you also noted about certain trails you didn't like wearing the carbon plate shoes, and I think that opens up. We're going to see in the next year more trail shoes that are specifically built with carbon fiber plates, but for the trails, because at the end of the day, the road shoes just aren't going to be sufficient when things start getting a little messy. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yep.
Well, Jami had talked about a documentary. Now, you are the star of this documentary, and the date hasn't been released yet. It's been postponed a little bit just due to the current climate right now. But what details can you share about this? What can people expect to see from this movie?
Well, they can definitely expect to see a lot of sweat and a lot of hard workouts where I'm, laying on the ground dying afterwards. And it was postponed because it was looking towards the Canadian trials. And obviously that's not happening this year as we thought it would be. And so, we're still going in that journey. It adds an extra spice, extra flavor to it, like this unprecedented worldwide pandemic that they're postponing the Olympics. That stuff has never happened. And so, I think it's kind of exciting that, looking at it positively, like, wow, this I can, share my story of this crazy journey that I'm going to have to go through, just leading up to it. And, it gives me one extra year of training. So yeah, it's exciting like that. The documentary, it mainly follows my training, and then it kind of goes into, other things of my life of what I have to do outside of training, because it's busy. It's a lifestyle that you have to live when you are, trying to have those big goals, and it's not an easy lifestyle.
Yeah, that's, it takes a lot of sacrifice. But it's good to hear that the documentary, it's continuing forward. We're going to have a little more drama, and Jami is the king of drama, so I know
Yes.
He'll do a good job sharing that and making the movie come out well. So we're excited. Megan, thanks for joining us. I know the fans were very excited to get a little glimpse of you, and hopefully we can have you on the show for a full interview in the future.
Awesome. Well, thank you for talking with me.
All right, get Jami back in here.
All
We got some hard hitting questions for him.
Jami, get off your Switch.
Play Animal Crossing.
Thanks, Megan.
Yes.
All right.
See anything bad about me?
I'm not. I can't tell you. You're gonna have to watch the video. You're gonna have to go down and look at all the comments. That's just how it goes.
I swear the comments gonna say, like, skip to this part of the video to watch Megan talk.
Exactly. We're actually gonna title this video "The Megan Interview Featuring Jami."
Facts. I understand. I'm just a water boy, so.
Jami, what you playing on Switch right now?
Man, if anyone has played Animal Crossing, it's a game, like a simulation game. You're on this island and you just kind of fill it out with how you want to live. You have your house and you can build trees and have friends over. This stuff's addicting. Animal Crossing Horizons, links down below.
Hey, Jamie, no free advertising here.
Oh, okay. Nintendo, if you holler at your boy,
Slide in the DMs.
give me a free month of the online subscription because your boy's paying for that every month. $3.99.
Well, Jamie, we talked training, we talked shoes, we talked with Megan. What do we have left? We got the fan questions.
Oh gosh. Oh, questions.
You ready? You ready for this?
Now, are they appropriate questions?
Well, we got actually a record number of questions sent in.
A record
for Jamie. If you guys want to send in questions in the future, follow us on Instagram. You can send in the questions. This week we got some fire questions.
All right. Can I pass on some of them?
Unfortunately not. You're under contract.
Dang. All right.
All right.
Sign that thing.
First question. And, this one is from a pretty heavy hitter. I might have been a little biased picking this one. We got from none other than Mary Beth or Nah.
Mary Beth? Oh, what did she ask? Please let me know.
All right. Mary Beth's question. Who would you pick if you had to draft a 4x-mile relay team to compete and you can only choose Jami, special review guests, and other fellow YouTubers? You got to pick the 4x-mile dream team.
4x-mile dream team. Can it be female and male mix or just has to be just?
Yep, it can be.
All right. Well, obviously, I'm going with Mary Beth or Nah. Like, come on now. Swaggy Waggy, you just saw her. That's 2. So at this point, we're already winning the race. Number 3, I'm gonna go with my boy Young Noah. Noah, I mean, he's in college right now, so he's still kind of holding it down with the high speed. So he's actually pretty fast. Number 4, I gotta put a YouTuber in there. I can't just leave my YouTubers out. So I gotta. Let's see. I can go with. I could go with Thomas, but he'll be wearing Vaporflies for a mile, and that's just silly.
Yeah, his age is getting up there. I think he can still hold out, but once we get out of this virus, he's going to be pushing it. So you might need to go with the safer bet. Seth's in good shape right now.
I go with Seth. But he's more a marathoner, right?
He is a marathoner.
I'm gonna go with my true milers.
Okay.
My true middle distance, maybe 5K type guys. I'm gonna go with the GOAT. If you gave me Mary Beth, Megan, Young Noah, and the GOAT, hey, I'm hitting record. You do the rest.
Hey, I'm gonna set the record right now. If anyone wants to challenge that 4x-mile dream team, I dare you to come at us because Jami has just picked one of the best teams in the nation.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's like the 2013 Miami Heat. Like, I'm just gotta coach it. I ain't gotta do anything. I just gotta show up and wear a suit.
That's right. And we'll of course we'll have Mary Beth anchoring because she's got that closing speed that no one's gonna be able to take down.
It doesn't matter at that point.
Oh.
Like whoever's last legs, it's a victory lap. Next question.
Question number 2. This was my favorite question. It stood out to me, and it's been a question that I've had for you for a while too. So I'm glad the fans asked it. Jami, if you could review anything else other than running shoes, what would it be?
Oh gosh, you got easy. It's gonna be food. And not just like food, like, okay, I'm going to review this burger from this restaurant. I want to review like common food. Like I want to do like what I do now with running shoes with like cereal. Like I want to compare Frosted Flakes to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And go deep inside and just like comparing I want to have the stats pop up with the iron and the sugar and the carbs and everything. Like I want to like go all out with that.
Yeah.
I'm actually like maybe a future thing when I'm done with the running shoe thing because, Well, yeah, definitely.
Jami, when you were here in SLO, we went around. I took you to the barbecues. We had some tri-tip. You're a food connoisseur. We did a couple reviews while you're here, and you never know if you subscribe to Jami's Patreon. Those videos might show up. You never know.
It's going to show up eventually. Yeah, links down below. And shout out to my Patreons because they've been holding it down, man. People say like,
that video.
People think $1 is not much. Like people think $1 not much, but like when I get a microphone or just something that helps me make the videos a little more efficient, like I appreciate that. So shout out to my Patreon. Hold it down.
Well, I'm excited to see what comes. That video, the tri-tip review, might need to be censored a little bit, but that was a classic. So
Well, it was a classic because of you, and I'll keep it at that. We'll keep it at that.
All right. We're gonna keep this moving because we got some good questions, but Jami, you were the king of trolls, so I had to pick a troll question as well because
God, you got me.
now they say, Jami, are there any shoes that aren't Jami approved? Come on, Jami, lay it down. I mean, I know there are, but the people they love to just put Jami on blast just because there's been some good shoes out recently.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. Back in the day, I was throwing shoes left and right. Just disapprove, reject it. Just fatalities all over the place. But brands got smarter. They know to only send me what they think is going to be fire, what I like. They know now. They know that they're going to send some crap to me. If they feel in their hearts like this is going to be like something he may not like, they don't bother. They know what's going to happen. And they know I'm real. The last shoes that I just didn't like that I received was, the OG New Balance More.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Hopefully V2's better. But my goal is to improve brands that's like shoes. I don't want to be a guy who's just like, yeah, this is a great shoe. This is a great shoe. This is what you're going to improve on. So, Under Armour Machina, didn't really care for that one. A little high price for what you got. What else? It's been a while though. But yeah, facts though. It's been a while since I disapproved of a shoe, but that's also because I don't really get anything sent that they think I might not like. They know it has to have a pull tab. It can't be too heavy. It can't fit tight. So they're pretty much aware. They learned their lesson by now.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to shoes I don't like. I love those reviews. It excites me.
Yeah, I think that is a common misconception that people think like, oh, this shoe, it's like, why are you always only saying the good things? And it's a little different for us because at Running Warehouse, we are selling the shoes, but at the end of the day, we are trying to be honest, and we do a lot of the times only pick are the shoes that are the cream of the crop and the shoes that we really love because like that's what people get excited about. So if there's something we really don't like, we're going to say it as it is. That's just how it goes nowadays. People are smart. They're going to figure it out. So,
yeah. And also you got to think about as far as what the brands have, they're sending us their best top of the line shoe. Like if they want to send out their $50 shoes and $60 shoes that you get at, your local like big box store or whatever, like we'll probably have a lot more rejections.
Yeah.
But we're only getting the best of the best. They're spending hours and thousands of dollars into the testing of these shoes.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for them to be that bad at that point.
Yeah.
But,
the last fatality that I saw that I can remember on the Jami reviews was the Nike it wasn't even a running shoe. It was a hype shoe. It was that first hype shoe that had the Zoom X. Do you remember that shoe?
The Zoom X.
It was the Nike XP.
Oh yeah, the Nike XP 14 something. Yeah, and I kept telling people, I said, I don't think this is a running shoe. I don't even think it is. Jami, try it. Here I go, give the people what they want. And so what did I do? Spend my own money. I went to a Foot Locker. I couldn't get it at any running store. I went to a Foot Locker, bought the shoe, my own money, full price, wore the shoe, tried it for like a week and a half. And I said, okay, I'm going to review the shoe as a running shoe because you guys convinced me that it's a running shoe or can be used for running. That was the worst 2 weeks of my life. My feet hurt, had back issues, and yeah, it got the fatality. It got thrown into the creek. I threw the shoe into the creek, and, that may have upset people from Nike. But yeah, I think that was probably the one of the classic ones.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the ASICS incident. Should we not bring that up? I had an incident with the ASICS back in the Nimbus 21 days. That's probably the one that made me. But hey, they're being great again.
Well, Jami, I at the end of the day, I think what people respect about you and really what they love about Jami reviews is you're honest. You're not going to sell out. You're giving the people what they want. And at the end of the day, I come and I look at your reviews and, you're always, in my opinion, spot on. So I think the people know who the real GOAT is out there.
Yeah.
So,
well, they know you're the GOAT. But on that side note, if any brand wants to pay me, I will sell out. I will sell out. And I will
heard
let
it
people know.
here first.
Money. Hulu now has live sports. Money.
Well, Jami, we're gonna have to discuss selling out off the camera. We'll throw some money your way. We'll see what we can do. But at the end of the day, we're
9 days.
But at the end of the day, we're just happy you're here. You're joining us. We know how much craziness there is in the world, and I think the people love to just be able to connect with you. You're a god to a lot of people, and hearing about running shoes, it's just it brightens my day. So thanks for coming out.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Like what you're doing for the running community right now is huge. It's major. There's levels to this game, and like you are the top of that tower. And that Mortal Kombat tower, you were that last boss.
I appreciate it, Jami. I appreciate it. I feel the same way about you. Now, I follow you everywhere. I'm always keeping up to date on Jami. But for the fans out there, or maybe the people that just don't know where to find you on the social media channels, let's lay down the handles. Where can they find you?
I don't really do much Instagram, but if you want to follow me, Jamison Runs on Instagram would be the where to go. Man, I'm gonna stop playing. Guys, follow me at Jamison Runs. Your boy needs the plug. Your boy needs the hype. I'm at like 9,500 followers. If I get 10K, I can swipe up like all the rest of the YouTubers. So please, help your boy out. Links down below. Jamison Runs on Instagram. And if you want to follow Megan, you can follow her at megawag_runs.
Jami, we're going to need a little more hype here. Come on.
More hype than that? Come on, man.
Megan came out. She delivered. She gave the fans what they want. Let's get some hype right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my electrolytes in. If you want to follow the queen of Jamison Michael's channel, the go-to, she is the future GOAT of the channel, Megan, a.k.a. Swaggy Waggy, a.k.a. MegWag_runs on Instagram. Follow her. She's holding it down. You want to hear about workouts? You want to see what she's doing behind the scenes? You want to see behind the scenes of the videos we're making? Go to her. She has all the best photos. My photos don't look that cute. And she looks kind of good. So follow her. Do what you got to do. Do the right thing. Be sure to stay in school. No, I can't stay in school right now because they're all closed down. But anyway, follow her on Instagram.
All right, Jami. You heard it from Jami. Follow Jami. Follow Megan. Jami, thanks again for joining us. I'm excited for all of this to kind of the craziness in the world to get fixed, and because I got to get reunited with my boy. It's been too long.
You let me know whenever it's time to hook back up. We're gonna hit up the slow, or you come to Austin. Yeah, I'll bring the whole Jami crew. We can bring that relay to you. We can make it happen. I want to see that. Let's train up. When it's time to do it, I'll bring the whole crew to us, to you guys, and we'll do a time trial 4x4.
You heard it here first. We're gonna make it happen. Jami, thanks again. Hopefully we can have Megan on here in the near future because I know people want to hear more from Megan. Until next time, that was the Running Warehouse Connection.
That was smooth.